Good evening, friends. Am I audible? So, yesterday we started a dissolution of partnership firm. Just a minute, pa. Are you able to hear me? Okay. Today we'll be continuing with this dissolution of partnership firm. So, in dissolution, what and all we discussed yesterday, we discussed some journal entries. For a quick recap for dissolution of firm. Yesterday, I just given the introduction for dissolution of firm. We discussed the following things. First, dissolution of firm. In case of dissolution of firm, we have totally two types of dissolution. One is dissolution of partnership, another one is dissolution of firm. In case of admission, retirement, death and all will come under just a these things will come under dissolution of partnership. Whereas dissolution of firm means asset is sold and liability is paid. This we call it as dissolution of firm. And two modes of dissolution we discussed. What are the two modes of dissolution? One is without order of court, another one is with order of court. And also we discussed what are the various scenarios without order of court and with order of court. And importantly, in your examination they will be asking some journal entries relating to dissolution of partner. Journal entries only they will ask you. But what are the journal entries we need to learn? First of all, in case of dissolution of firm, we are just closing the books of accounts. Books of accounts are closed. Books are closed. For closing the books, we will open three accounts. What are the three accounts we will open? One is realization account, another one is partners capital account, one is realization account, another one is partners capital account. Then we will open bank account. Only three ledgers we will open. What are the three ledger? One is realization, second one is partners capital. Just a minute. Just a minute. One is realization account, another one is partners capital account, third one is bank account. In case of books closing, only these three accounts will be opened. So what are the three accounts? Realization, partners capital and bank account. Normally, in case of dissolution, we will be given with balance sheet. What is the first process in this dissolution? We need to transfer all the assets and liabilities to realization. All the assets and liabilities will be transferred to what account? Means realization account. What is the entry for transferring assets to realization? Assets will be transferred to realization. What is the journal entry for transferring assets to realization? It is asset will have debit balance, and for transferring this asset, asset will be credited and realization account will be debited. A journal entry for transferring asset, asset account debit to realization. Suppose asset is taken over by partner. Asset is taken over by partner. What is the entry for asset taken over by partner? Already assets are transferred to what account? Realization account. அப்ப realization account நம்ம already asset எல்லாம் transfer பண்ணிட்டோம். Partner has taken over the asset. அப்ப entry is partners capital account debit the receiver. Partners capital account should be debited and realization account should be credited. Actually entry is partners capital account debit to asset. ஆனா அசெட்ன்ற லெட்ஜர்ல நம்ம அசெட் நம்ம புக்ஸ்லயே இல்ல, பிகாஸ் ஆல்ரெடி வி டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர்டு த அசெட் டு வாட் அக்கௌண்ட்னா ரியலைசேஷன் அக்கௌண்ட். அப்போ வாட் இஸ் த என்ட்ரி ஃபார் அசெட் டேக்கன் ஓவர் பை பார்ட்னர்? இட் இஸ் பார்ட்னர்ஸ் கேபிட்டல் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் டு ரியலைசேஷன். வாட் இஸ் த என்ட்ரி ஃபார் சேல் ஆஃப் அசெட்? ஒரு அசெட்டை வித்திருக்கோம், அப்போ வாட் இஸ் த ஜர்னல் என்ட்ரி? இட் இஸ் பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் டு ரியலைசேஷன். நார்மலா என்ட்ரி வந்து பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் டு அசெட், ஆனா ஹியர் த என்ட்ரி இஸ் பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் டு ரியலைசேஷன். இதான் அசெட் ரிலேட்டடா பேசிக்கான த்ரீ என்ட்ரிஸ். வாட் ஆர் த த்ரீ என்ட்ரிஸ்? நார்மலா this asset transfer and liability transfer will be already done by the கொஷின்லயே அது நடந்திருக்கும். ஓகே, அதனால நம்ம அந்த என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ண மாட்டோம். ஜென்ரலா கொஸ்டின்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் அதான் கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க, அசெட்ஸ் அண்ட் லைபிலிட்டிஸ் ஆர் டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் டு ரியலைசேஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிடுவாங்க. இன்கேஸ் அசெட் இஸ் சோல்டு பை the firm means what is the entry? Bank account debit to realization. And in case asset is taken over by partner, entry is partners capital account debit to realization. And always in case of dissolution of firm, we will be following what system of accounting? Means cash system of accounting, because we don't have going concern. Since we don't have going concern illadanaala we will be following what system of accounting? Means cash system of accounting. As per cash system of accounting, income will be accounted when it is received, and in expense will be recorded when it is paid. So whenever we do this realization dissolution process, we will be using what entry? Means we will be following what system? Means cash system. Next one, entries relating to liabilities. First entry, liability will have what balance? Credit balance. Normally liabilities and all will be transferred to liabilities will be transferred to realization account. Appo what is the entry for transferring liability to realization? It is liability account debit to realization. It is liability account debit to realization. This is the entry for transferring liability to realization. Now this liability is paid. Normally what is the entry for liability paid? It is liability account debit to bank. But liability is already transferred to realization. Up entry will be liability realization account debit to bank. Realization account debit to bank. Suppose liability is paid but not by the firm, liability is paid by the partner. When liability is paid by the partner, what is the journal entry? Realization account debit. Credit will be given to the partner who paid this liability. Up entry will be realization account debit to partner's capital. Realization account debit to partner's capital. So liability related are three basic entry. Liability is transferred to realization. Entry is liability account debit to realization. Liability is paid adhik entry. Realization account debit to bank, and liability is paid by partner. Entry is realization account debit to partner's capital. Next, realization expense. What is the entry? Entry for realization expense. It is realization account debit. It is realization account debit to bank. Realization account debit to bank. This is realization expense paid by firm. This is realization expense paid by firm. Sometimes realization expense will be paid by partner. What is the entry for realization expense paid by partner? It is realization account debit to partner's capital. It is realization account debit to partner's capital. I already told you we will be opening only three accounts. What are the three accounts? One is realization account, another one is bank account, and third one is partner's capital. Whatever journal entry you tell, that entry will be between these three. Okay. Now one more important thing. Creditor has taken over some asset. Creditor taken over asset. What is the journal entry for creditor taken over asset? When creditor take over some asset, asset should be okay, normal entry. Asset should be credited and creditor's account should be debited. This is the normal entry for creditor taken over asset. But creditors already transferred to realization and asset also already transferred to realization. When creditor taken over some asset, actual entry should be creditors to asset, but both are transferred to realization. Actual entry should be realization to realization. So debit credit get cancelled. So for which no entry will be made in the books. Creditor taken over some asset for which no entry will be made in the books. Okay, but ஒரு creditor is paid by partner. Creditor is paid by partner. அப்ப liability paid by partner. What is the entry? Realization account debit to partner's capital. Realization account debit to partner's capital. Next, partner loan is paid by the firm. Partner loan is paid by the firm. We have a balance sheet liability. இதுல we have partners ஓட loan, and outsider ஓட loan. If outsider loan will be transferred to what account? Means realization account. If outsider loan is paid, if outsider liability is paid, what is the journal entry? It is realization account debit to bank. Realization account debit to bank. If partner loan is paid, upper entry will be partner's loan account debit to bank. Partner's loan account debit to bank. So we discussed some journal entries. Based on this journal entry, first we will do some questions. Take question number. Yesterday we did question number up to which question pa? Up to question number 91. Today we will be solving around ஒரு 10 to 15 questions கிட்ட solve பண்ண போறோம். Okay, all the journal entry type of question, definitely one question will be asked from this journal entries. So take question number 92. Question number 92. First one, first question. AVM were partners. On 31st March, firm is dissolved. On that date, the firm had a debtors of 60,000 and provision we have for 3,000. So debtors 60, provision we have 3,000. Debtors 8,000 is proved to be bad. Debtors 8,000 to be proved as bad, and full amount was received from the remaining debtors. What is the amount received from the debtors? They are asking. So very easy question. So question la we have three partners. Debtors la how much is collected னு கேக்குறாங்க. அவ்வளவுதான், ரொம்ப சின்ன ஈஸியான question தான். So அப்ப first how much debtors we have? 60,000. Out of this 60,000 debtors, we have a bad debts of 8,000. அப்ப how much is collected? 52,000 is collected. And answer for this question is 52. Sir, 3,000 provision கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Provision will not have any relevance in terms of collection from debtor. Provision is a separate ledger. So provision should not be considered. It should be ignored. Provision should be ignored. அப்ப what is the answer for this question? It is 60,000 minus 8,000 will give you 52,000. Next, question number 93. Question number 93. W, S, B were partners in a firm. S had advanced a loan of 1 lakh to the firm. On 31st March, the firm is dissolved. After transferring various assets other than cash and bank and outsiders liability to realization, S is one of the partner. Partner took furniture. அதோட book value it is 90,000 in settlement of his loan amount. For the payment of balance amount of S loan, bank account will be credited with. So question ஒரு வாட்டி go through பண்ணுங்க. All assets and liabilities first transferred to realization. Now what they are asking, we have a partner. Partner has given some loan. How much is the loan given by partner to the firm? Okay, partner gives a loan of 1 lakh. For this 1 lakh, he has taken over some furniture at an agreed value of 90,000. அப்ப what is the balance amount to be paid? 1 lakh la furniture he has taken 90, அப்ப balance is 10,000. Now for the balance 10,000 yes loan, the amount of yes loan, bank account will be credited with. The firm has to pay the loan to the partner. For making payment of loan, how much bank will be credited? Bank will be credited with 10,000. What is the journal entry? Partner oda loan. Outsider loan means it is transferred to realization. அப்ப partners oda loan. அப்ப entry partners capital account, partners loan account debit, partners loan account debit to realization to bank. Partner loan will be debited with 1 lakh. To realization it is 90,000. To realization it is 90,000. To bank it is 10,000. So question la they are asking for the balance amount how much will be paid? 10,000 will be paid. அதுக்கு தான் entry கேட்டிருக்காங்க. So that's it. So answer is 10,000. Next question. Question number 94. On dissolution of partnership firm, if realization expenses were paid by the firm on behalf of partner, realization expenses are paid by the firm on behalf of partner, then such expenses are debited to which of the following account? So realization expenses, dissolution of firm, realization expenses are paid by firm. Firm is paying the expenditure. It is paid on behalf of partner. Such expenses are debited to which account? If it is a firm expense, entry realization account debit to bank. But realization expense are paid by the firm on behalf of partner. It means partner expense which is paid by firm. அப்ப partner expense paid by firm na journal entry will be partners capital account debit, to bank, partners capital account debit to bank. If it is a firm expense, then realization account will be debited. If since it is a partner expense, partner capital account should be debited. Upper journal entry for this, it is partners capital account debit to bank. Partners capital account debit to bank. Next, question number 95. Upon the previous question or answer is partners capital account should be debited. Option B. Next, question number 95. Pavan, a partner appointed to look after the process of dissolution. Pavan, a partner is appointed to look after the process of dissolution of firm, for which he allowed a remuneration of 75,000. Partner agreed to bear the dissolution expense. Meaning, in this scenario, the dissolution expenses, who is agreeing to take the dissolution expenses? Partner is agreeing to take the dissolution expense. What is the remuneration which is allowed, which is given to the partner for doing the dissolution process? It is 75,000. Pavan agreed to bear the dissolution expense. Actual dissolution expenses 60,000 were paid. Now, Pavan capital will be credited by. Actually, when you do the dissolution process, first some realization expenses will be estimated. For that estimated expense, we will be passing entry. Actual dissolution expense paid by the partner, we will not pass entry. So we will be passing entry only for this 75,000. The 75 தான் entry pass பண்ணுவோமே தவிர்த்து we will not pass entry for 60,000. அந்த 60,000 க்கு நம்ம entry pass பண்ண மாட்டோம். Because we are doing the accounting on behalf of firm. Firm ஓட booksல தான் நம்ம entry pass பண்றோம். அப்ப firm ஓட booksல what transaction is important னா the remuneration which is agreed is important. What is the entry for remuneration agreed for the partner? 75,000. The actual dissolution expense இருக்குல்ல 60, அதுக்கு நம்ம entry we will not pass any entry for that. So answer for this question is A, 75,000. Next, question number 96. Question number 96. On dissolution of a partner, debtors were 34,000. Debtors of rupees 1,000 becoming bad, and 60% was realized from the remaining debtors. Which account will be debited, and how much amount of realization from debtors? Already we discussed this type of question. Same question repeated. It is totally we have a debtor of 34,000. Out of 34,000, we have a bad debts of rupees 1,000. Less bad debts, it is 1,000. After this debtor, we have how much amount? 33,000. From this 33,000, how much is realized? 60% is realized. So what is 33,000 into 60%? 33,000 into 0.6 will give you 19,800. So answer is option C. So that's all. With this, the one more questions comes to an end. Now we have important question. This type of question many times repeated. Definitely one question will come from this particular segment. So what is the question? Read the question. Pass necessary journal entries for the following transaction on dissolution of partnership of the firm to partner V and A after various assets other than cash and external liabilities has been transferred to realization account. இதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம ஒரு 10 questions we are going to solve. In all the 10 question you will be commonly finding this particular term. இந்த ஒரு term வந்து கண்டிப்பா நீங்க பாப்பீங்க எல்லா questionலயுமே. Okay, it means already assets and liabilities are transferred to what account? Means realization account. What is the entry for transferring asset to realization? Realization account debit to asset. What is the entry for transferring liability? Liability account debit to realization. These two entries are already made. Okay, now we need to pass journal entry for the remaining things. Remaining, we have some 6 scenario. For this 6 scenario we have to pass journal entry. First scenario, creditors worth 46,000, creditors worth rupees 46,000, accepted a cash of 9,000, accepted a cash of 9,000, and furniture we have 32,000, which is in full settlement of their claim. Creditors 46,000, accepted cash of 9,000, and furniture 42,000 in full settlement of their claim. Okay, so creditors were given, as well creditors were paid, as well as furniture is given. I already told you, in case of dissolution we will be following cash system of accounting. அப்ப அந்த cash system படி தான் we are going to pass journal entry. Creditors booksல இருக்கிறது 46. அந்த creditorsக்கு we given cash of 9,000. Not only cash 9,000, also we have given a furniture of 32,000. This 32,000 is agreed value. Always we will be passing entry for agreed value and cash 9,000. இது ரெண்டுத்துக்கு தான் entry pass பண்ணுவோம். Next, the firm had a stock of 20,000. The firm had a stock of 20,000 and partner taken over 40% of the stock at a discount of 10%. Partner taken over 40% of stock, partner taken over 40% of stock at a discount of 10%, while the remaining stock is sold for 18,000. Totally we have 20,000 stock. அதுல 40% of the stock is taken over by partner. அப்ப 20,000ல 40%, 20,000ல 40%, 20,000ல 40% comes to 8,000. This 8,000 stock at a discount of 10%. அப்ப இதுல 10% discount. அப்ப 8,000ல 10%, 800. It means partner taken over for agreed value of how much amount na 7,200. Remaining stock we have 60% stock. That 60% stock is sold for how much amount? Means 18,000. Next, MCQ ல இது பார்த்தோம். V is appointed, partner is appointed to look after dissolution work, for which he allowed a remuneration of 16,000. For this only we will pass entry. Actual payment of actual payment of dissolution expenses we will not pass entry, because that is expenses belongs to partner, that is paid by partner. We are doing accounting in the books of firm. அப்ப firm oda books la what is agreed remuneration, that only will come. Actual payment by partner will not come in firm books. Next, Ajit loan, partner loan is settled at 42,000. அப்ப we will be passing entry only for 42, not for 45. ஆனா புக்ஸ்ல லோன் books of accounts to be closed. அப்போ since books of accounts to be closed, Ajit loan account should be debited with 45,000. Ajitoda loan account, Ajit is partner loan account should be debited with 45. ஆனா how much we are paying? We are paying cash or we are paying bank account should be credited with 42,000. There is a difference of 3,000. That 3,000 should be transferred to realization. Also, a machinery was not recorded in the books. Whether asset is recorded or not recorded, it will not make any difference. Always remember, whether some asset is recorded in the books or some asset is not recorded in the books, it will not make any difference in the answer. Same thing will apply for liability also. Whether the liability is recorded in the books or liability is not recorded, we will not consider. Now, this machinery was not recorded in the books, was taken over by partner at how much amount? Means 23,000. அப்போ 23,000 is called as agreed value. But whereas the expected value is 28,000. Expected value not considered. Always agreed value is considered. Also, the firm had a debit balance of 20,000 in P&L account on the date of dissolution. Whenever P&L debit balance is there, such amount should be transferred to partners' capital in their profit sharing ratio. See whether question la profit sharing ratio is given. Profit sharing ratio is not given. When profit sharing ratio is not given, it should be we should take what ratio na equal ratio. Silent features of partnership அப்படின்னு ஒன்று படிச்சோம்ல, அதில் first feature, if profit sharing ratio is not given, it should be shared equally. So 6 questions are there. I will give you 3 minutes time. Quick journal entry notebook la எழுதிருங்க, அப்புறமா we will discuss the answer. First question நால கொஞ்சம் detailed we will discuss. Once ஒரு 2 or 3 questions progress ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறமா we will increase the speed. ஒரு 10 to 15 questions we will see in this type. Once complete பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா chatல ஒரு மெசேஜ் போட்டுருங்க, so that I will be proceeding to the next question. Answer discuss பண்றது I will discuss. For sure these type of questions will come. So far partnership play we discussed many things, full questions. இது வந்து 97th question. All the question we discussed here. Okay, all are exam questions. We started on 11th, we are on 18th today. Literally 7 days. 7 days la literally we completed the partnership. If you attend these sessions alone, the 7 days session நீ கரெக்டா ரிவைஸ் பண்ணி திருப்பி சம்ஸை சால்வ் பண்ணாலே டெஃபினட்டா in examination partnership la you are they will give you 36 marks. And the 36 la minimum I am telling you, you can easily attend 28 marks. Easily you can attend 28 marks. 36 la 28, you can see the percentage. Definitely this type of question will come. Whatever we are discussing, definitely it will come. These questions are exam question. In the last 2 attempts, if you see similar questions are asked again and again. Okay, whatever question asked in 2024, same type of question is asked in 2025. So again there is a chance of repeating these things, and moreover all are some standard questions also. So definitely you have good you can expect some good marks in this partnership. 7 days 2 hours daily, so 14 hours. So can we discuss answer? Once you completed these questions, chat la or message போட்டுருங்க, so I will discuss answer. When is your accounts exam, or when your exams are starting? 24th February. Okay, then definitely 20 days time more than sufficient. I plan to complete it by this month. So you will be having 24 days time. Even in YouTube, if you see these things at 1.5 speed also, you can easily cover so many things. Good, good. 24th accounts exam. Okay, fine. So I am going to discuss answer. First one, creditors 46,000 and they accepted cash 9,000 and furniture 32,000. Okay, creditors already transferred to realization, so no entry for transferring creditors, and furniture also already transferred to realization. For this 32 also no entry. Entry will come only for this 9,000. I already told you in dissolution we will be following what system of accounting? Cash system of accounting. Creditors paid க்கு மட்டும்தான் entry வரும். What is the entry for creditors paid? It is realization account debit. It is realization account debit to bank. It is realization account debit to bank 9,000. That's all. அந்த 9,000 க்கு மட்டும்தான் entry. Creditor taken over as a furniture எடுத்துக்கிட்டான்ல, அதுக்கு no entry. Next, firm had a stock of 20,000. Firm had a stock of 20,000. Out of that stock, what has happened அப்படின்னு பாருங்க. Totally we have a stock of 20,000. இந்த 20,000 stockல 40%, 20,000 into 40%, it is 8,000. 8,000 stock is taken at a discount of 10%. 8,000ல 10% discount, it is 800. Remaining amount of stock is 7,200. The 7,200 is taken over by partner, Ajit. What is the journal entry for Ajit taking over the stock? Debit the receiver, Ajit capital account debit to realization. Actually entry Ajit capital to asset னு வந்திருக்கணும், but asset we already transferred to realization. அதனால entry Ajit capital account debit to realization. Amount is 7,200. Also remaining stock is sold for 18,000. What is the remaining stock? Okay, remaining in the 60% stock இருக்குல்ல, that is sold for how much amount? Means 18,000. 18,000 is the sale value. Entry bank account debit to realization. Bank account debit to realization. Amount is 18,000. That's all. Second one over. Second one answer also over. Next, we appointed took after the dissolution work for which she allowed remuneration of 16,000. We bad the dissolution expense. It is a expense of partner oda expense அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. What is the journal entry for this? Since it is given as partner expense, the journal entry is, since it is a partner expense, journal entry is realization account debit and remuneration paid to partner, realization account debit to partner's capital, V capital. Next, Ajit has taken a loan of 45,000. This loan is settled at 42,000. We will be paying how much amount to Ajit loan? 42,000. Entry will be Ajit loan account debit. See, Ajit is not a outsider. Ajit is a partner. Partner loan we are paying. Entry partner loan account debit. Outsider loan will be transferred to realization. Okay, a partner loan not transferred to realization. So entry Ajit loan account debit to bank account 42,000, and the difference gain இருக்குல, ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் உள்ள difference, and the difference gain is transferred to realization account for 3,000. Instead of Ajit loan, if it is outsider loan அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், instead of Ajit loan, if it is outsider loan, entry will be realization account debit to bank only for 42,000. Ajit loan illama, instead of Ajit loan, if it is a outsider loan, then the journal entry will be realization account debit to bank. But it is a partner loan, entry will be partner's loan account debit to bank account to realization. The difference should be transferred to realization. Next, A mission which is not recorded in the books was taken over by partner at rupees 23,000. Mission is the asset but not recorded. Recorded, not recorded. இங்க question கிடையாது. It is taken over by partner. It is taken over by partner at how much amount? 23,000. அப்போ what is the entry for this? What is the journal entry? Very simple entry. Debit the receiver, partner. அப்போ entry V's capital account debit to asset. அதான் entry. ஆனா asset ledger booksலே இல்ல. Okay, அப்போ it is V's capital account debit to realization. It is how much amount na 23,000, not 28,000. Remember, it is 23,000, not 28,000. Expected value we will not consider. We will pass entry only for the agreed value 23,000. Next, firm had a debit balance of P&L 20,000 on the date of dissolution. Upper debit balance that should be credited. Upper P&L account should be credited and partners capital should be debited. One is V, another one is A. How much amount? 20,000 we have. The 20,000 to be transferred to partners in profit sharing ratio. Question la no profit sharing ratio is given. Since profit sharing ratio is not given, silent features of partnership will apply. As per silent features of partnership, if profit sharing ratio is not given, it should be shared equally. Appa what is the ratio? It is 1:1. 1:1 is the ratio. That's all. That is for answer for question number 97. Try the next question. Question number 98. First line இதுக்கு முன்னாடி படிச்ச அதே question. Partners name மட்டும் important. Two partner M and R. Okay, M loan, partner loan 18,000 is settled by unrecorded liability. Last question லயும் இத பார்த்தோம். Machinery book value is sold at a loss of 10%. இதுவும் நம்ம last questionல பார்த்தோம். Creditor accepted a cash of 21. Last questionல பார்த்தோம். Bank loan, outsider loan. It is paid. Loan is paid. அப்ப entry loan account debit to bank. ஆனா loan is already transferred to realization. அப்ப entry will be realization account debit to bank. How much it is paid? Loan is 1 lakh. Interest is 10,000. Loan is paid along with interest. அப்ப payment amount should be ரெண்டுமே சேர்த்து எடுத்துக்கணும். 1,10,000 should be taken. 1,10,000 should be taken. Okay, next. Investment of 52,000. இது நிறைய டைம் ரிப்பீட் பண்றான்ப்பா இந்த adjustment. Investment of face value of 52,000. Face value means அந்த investment ஓட faceல என்ன value இருக்குன்னா அதான் face value. But face value not required in dissolution. It is sold in open market for 63,000. அதை சேல் பண்றதுக்கு we need to incur a commission of 2,000. அப்ப நெட்டா how much amount we get? 63 is the sale value. 2,000 is the commission. அப்ப 63 sale value minus commission 2,000. 63 minus 2,000 netta we get 61,000. And the 61,000 we should pass entry bank to realization. That's all. P&L account balance was there on the asset side, meaning it is debit balance. Appa same entry will come. You are going to try this question. Total 6 transactions, 6 mark. Journal entry type of question will save you time. In examination, journal entry type of question will save more time for you. For 6 mark, maximum we will be spending 3 minutes. Okay, so please try this question. நீங்களே ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. கடகடன் journal entry எழுதிருங்க, அமௌண்ட்டோட எழுதிருங்க, and then we will discuss the answer. class for இந்த daily class ஓட link will be shared in telegram group telegram groupல தான் link share பண்ணுவாங்க. zoom class ஓட link வந்து telegram groupல இருக்கும். யூடியூப் வந்து அப்படியே டைரக்டா நீங்க ஸ்மார்ட்லேர்ன் எஜுகேர் அப்படின்னு போட்டு கூட யூ கேன் see, அது ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை. ஜூம்ல chat செஷன் உங்களுக்கு இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணோன்னா யூ கேன் ஜாயின் த்ரூ டெலகிராம். கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா ஒரு மெசேஜ். Adjustment D. Bank loan of 1 lakh was paid along with interest of 10,000. Bank loan 1 lakh. Interest is 10,000. அப்போ how much is paid now? 1 lakh 10,000 is paid. அப்போ அதுக்கு entry will be bank loan account bank loan is transferred to realization. அப்போ entry realization account debit to bank for 1 lakh and 10,000. அவ்வளோதான், ரொம்ப சின்ன entry. After this class itself, you will be feeling so much of confidence in dissolution of firm. This dissolution of firm, because we will do many questions. The ரெண்டு examsல கேட்ட full questions, all the sets we will do. Actually, we can pass two entry. The investment is sold for 63. Commission is 2,000. First entry we can pass as bank account debit to realization for 63. And second entry we can pass for realization account debit to bank for 2,000. ஸோ இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் நெட் பண்ணி ஒரே என்ட்ரியாக பாஸ் பண்ணுறோம். 63 minus 2. அப்போ நெட்டாக நமக்கு இந்த பர்டிகுலர் டிரான்சாக்ஷன் மூலமாக 61,000 கிடைக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி we are passing a net entry. That's all. Nothing wrong if you pass entry for 63 and 2,000 separately also. Both are same meaning. P&L should be shared in profit sharing ratio 1:1. Since the ratio is not given, they are equal partners. It should be shared in equal ratio. Can we discuss answer? First one, it is M's loan 18,000 is settled by giving her unrecorded furniture of 20,000. Loan is 18,000. but we have given a furniture of 20,000. அப்போ loan amount is 18, agreed value is 20. அப்போ what is the entry? It is M's loan account debit. பார்ட்னரோட லோன் ரியலைசேஷனுக்கு ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ண மாட்டோம். ஸோ அப்போ என்ட்ரி இட் இஸ் M's loan account debit for 18,000. M's loan account debit for 18,000, and we have given him a furniture of how much amount means books loan is there for 18 and to realization account for how much amount means 18,000. That's all. Okay, so partner is taking over asset at a agreed value of 18,000. Loan is settled. Next, machinery 80,000 was sold at a loss of 10%. Machinery book value of 80,000. Machinery book value of 80,000 sold at a loss of 10%. Machinery is an asset. It is sold. How much it is sold? 80,000 is the book value of the asset. 10% loss. அப்போ 80,000ல 10%, 8,000. Net amount it is sold for 72,000. What is the entry for sale of asset? Bank account debit to asset, but asset is already transferred to realization. அப்போ entry bank account debit to realization, amount is 72,000. Bank account debit to realization, amount is 72,000. Next entry, creditor 40,000 accepted a cash of 21,000. Also stock they have accepted. Creditors already transferred to realization, stock also transferred to realization. So for that stock taken over by creditor, no entry, but creditors we paid, the for that entry will come. Entry creditors account debit to cash, creditors account debit to cash for 21,000. Creditors account debit to cash for 21,000. Next, loan of 1 lakh paid along with the interest of 10,000. Loan is paid. அப்போ entry sorry இங்கே creditors ன்னு சொல்லிட்டேனா, creditors is transferred to what account na realization. அப்போ entry realization account debit to cash. Last one, bank loan of 1 lakh is paid along with interest. So entry realization account debit to cash or bank for 1 lakh and 10,000. Bank is better, bank ன்னு எழுதுறது better thing. So அப்போ entry realization account debit to bank 1,10,000. Investment oda face value for 52,000 is sold for 63, commission is 2,000. அப்போ net how much amount realized? It is either you can pass two entry, first entry for 63 and second entry for 2,000, or ultimately you can net off this two entry and you can pass a single entry. What is the single entry you can pass? Bank account debit to realization. Bank account debit, actual entry is bank account debit to investment, but investment is already transferred to realization. So entry bank account debit to realization, sale value 63,000, commission it is 2,000, upon net it is 61,000. So amount is 63,000 minus 2,000. 63 minus 2,000 will give you 61,000. Last one, இது already discuss பண்ணதுதான். P&L debit balance, it is appeared in asset side. It means debit balance that should be transferred to partners capital. அப்போ entry will be, who are the two partners name? M and R. அப்போ entry M account debit, M capital account debit, R capital account debit, M capital account debit, R capital account debit to P&L 15,000 and 15,000, and to P&L it is how much amount means 30,000. That's it. Okay, try next question. Can you explain adjustment A? Loan is paid. Partner oda loan. Partner loan is a liability. Liability will have credit balance. அந்த லோனை பே பண்ணுறோம், அப்போ லோன் அக்கௌண்ட் should be debited. லோன் புக்ஸில் இருக்கிறது 18, அதுக்கு நம்ம எவ்வளோ பே பண்ணுறோன்னா 20,000 இருக்கிற அசெட் கொடுக்குறோம். டிஃப்ரென்ஸு வி வில் டெபிட் டு ரியலைசேஷன். ஓகேவா? அதை டெபிட் பண்ணி கிரெடிட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு டைரெக்டாக வி கேன் ரெக்கார்ட் த என்ட்ரி ஃபார் 18,000. Okay, try next question. See, அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட்டில் இதே வந்து நம்ம நார்மலாக எப்படி எழுதியிருப்போம்னா எம்மோட லோன் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் 18, டூ அசட்டு 20, டிஃப்ரென்ஸு 2,000 நம்ம டெபிட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். இங்கே 2,000 ரியலைசேஷனை டெபிட் பண்ணி ரியலைசேஷனை 20,000க்கு கிரெடிட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நெட்டாக இட் இஸ் ஹவு மச் அமௌண்ட்னா 18,000 அப்படின்னு எழுதுறோம். ஸோ அப்போ பார்ட்னர் லோன் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் டு ரியலைசேஷன், அதான் அந்த ஃபோர்த் அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட், சாரி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட். ஃபோர்த் அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட் ஆல்ரெடி சொல்லிட்டேன். ட்ரை கொஷின் நம்பர் 99. Try question number 99. So quickly try question number 99. ஃபஸ்ட்டு 3 லைன்ஸ் பார்ட்னர் நேம் மட்டும் படிச்சுக்கோங்க, அவ்வளோதான், வேறு எதுக்குமே யூஸ் ஆகாது. கிரெடிட்டார் 18,000, டேக் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட், அதுக்கு நோ என்ட்ரி. ரிமைனிங் அமௌண்ட் இஸ் பெய்டு பை செக், அந்த ரிமைனிங் அமௌண்ட் பெய்டு பை செக்குக்கு வி நீட் டு பாஸ் என்ட்ரி. டெட்டாஸ் 23,000, பேட் டெப்ஸ் 15,000. சாரி, டெட்டாஸ் 23,000 was written off as bad debts. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி bad debts ன்னு எழுதிட்டோம். இப்போ how much is paid னா 15,000 is paid. அப்போ we should pass entry only for 15. 15க்கு மட்டும் தான் entry pass பண்ணணும். Because cash system of accounting. உஷா பார்ட்னர் லோன், பார்ட்னரோட லோன் 16, she accepted 14,000 for loan. Partner loan is 16, she accepted 14,000 in full settlement. அப்போ difference 2,000, and the difference 2,000 should be transferred to realization. Next, stock order book value 20, taken over by partner in their profit sharing ratio. Question la profit sharing ratio kudukala, appa it should be shared equally. Firm had realization expense 9,000, firm paid realization expense 9,000 on behalf of partner. அப்போ பார்ட்னரோட எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் பெய்டு பை firm. When firm makes a payment, bank account should be credited. On behalf of partnerனு சொல்லிட்டோம். அப்போ இது யாரோட எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ்னா பார்ட்னரோட எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ். அப்போ என்ட்ரி பார்ட்னர்ஸ் கேபிட்டல் டு பேங்க், தட்ஸ் ஆல். Quickly pass the entries. If you want to explain any adjustment, chat la mention பண்ணுங்க. I will explain you. Journal entry type of question, 5 journal entry தான். Okay, we'll discuss the answer. First one, credit as paid. Totally credit as 18. Already investment taken over 11,000. So agreed value 11,000. So investment taken over, no entry. Remaining amount paid by check. Up entry, realization account debit to bank. Realization account debit to bank for 7,000. Second one, debtors 23,000 was bad debts. Written off as bad debts. Already bad debts 23,000. But how much is paid? 15,000 is paid. What is the entry? Bank account debit to realization amount is 15,000. Bank account debit to realization amount is 15,000. Next, you partner had given a loan. Outsider loan na realization will come. But இது partner oda loan. அப்ப you oda loan account debit. Loan we have 16, but partner paid we paid only 14. அப்ப to bank it is how much amount? Means 14. And we have a difference. Debit la we have 16 and we have a difference, and the difference should be transferred to realization account. அப்ப realization account should be credited with 2000. Next, stock book value 20 was taken over by S and U in profit sharing ratio. Stock is an asset. Asset is taken over. Asset will have debit balance. When it is taken over, it should be credited. But asset is already transferred to realization. Up entry, partners capital. Who are the partners capital? S capital account debit, U capital account debit to realization. How much amount? 20,000. In what ratio? Profit sharing ratio. But question la profit sharing ratio not given. Since profit sharing ratio is not given, it should be shared equally. Realization expenses paid on behalf of partner. Partner expenses paid by the firm. Up entry, it is partners capital. S capital account debit to bank. S capital account debit to bank for 9,000. If it is a firm expense, then entry will be realization account debit to bank. இது partner oda expense. Partner க்கு பதிலா firm paid. When firm is making the payment, bank account should be credited. If it is a firm expense, we will debit realization. But it is not a firm expense, it is a partner expense. Since it is a partner expense, S account should be debited. அப்ப entry will be S capital account debit to bank. Next, one more adjustment we had pa. I didn't see last adjustment. Furniture 40,000. அதே already பார்த்ததுதான். Furniture 40,000. Partner taken over 50% of the furniture at a discount of 10%. Remaining furniture is sold at a profit of 20% on book value. So, furniture we have 40,000. We have two classification. U, partner taken 50%. 40,000 la 20%, 20,000. And this 50% of the furniture at a discount of 10%. Appa discount means subtracted. 20,000 la 10%, 2,000. Appa meaning partner taken over this at how much amount? 18,000. Partner taken over the furniture. What is the journal entry for partner taken over furniture? It is partner's capital account debit. Who is the partner? Usha. Usha capital account debit to realization for how much amount? Means 18,000. Final agreed value we should pass entry. What is the agreed value? 18,000. Then, and remaining furniture. What is the remaining furniture? Another 50%. That is 20,000. This is sold at a profit of 20%. It is 20%. This 20% to be calculated on 20,000. 20,000 into 20%, it is 4,000. It means what is the sale value of the asset? 24,000 is the sale value of the asset. Entry for sale of asset, it is bank account debit. It is bank account debit to realization for 24,000. So first entry for 18,000, second entry for 24,000. Alternatively, you can combine this two entry and you can pass a single entry. If you combine this two entry and pass a single entry, you will be getting the entry as use capital account debit, bank account debit to realization. Use capital account debit for 18,000, bank account debit for 24,000, and to realization 18 plus 24, 18,000 plus 24,000 will give you 42,000, and to realization 42,000. Either you can pass separate entry or you can pass a combined entry. Either you can pass a separate entry or you can pass a combined entry. Sir, it is given 20% of book value. See, book value means 40,000 is the book value. Book value means 40,000. In 40,000, already 20% is taken over by 50% of the furniture is taken over by the partner. Then this 20% should not be calculated on the 40,000. It should be calculated only on the 20,000. The 20% should not be calculated on 40,000. It should be calculated on 20,000, because that 20,000 is also book value only. On the 20,000 it is 20%, which is 4,000. Upper meaning furniture is sold for 24,000. You should not consider the old amount of 40,000. You should consider only this on the remaining portion of the asset. Okay, not on the full amount. Next, try one more question. Again, past journal entry, but this time 3 partners we have. This time 3 partners: R, S, Y, Rajesh, Somesh, Yogesh. Partner taken over stock, already discussed. And partner agreed to take furniture, not recorded, already discussed. Land book value sold for 90 lakh. 90 lakhs is required. Commission we should subtract. Net amount we should pass, already discussed. Next, and Ashish and customer debtor 70,000 was written off in previous year. Now how much is paid? 60% of the amount is paid. 60% we should pass entry, already discussed. Credit as 3 lakh settled at a discount of 10%. 3 lakh la 10%, 30,000. Appa we should pass entry for 270. Realization expenses amounting to 21,000 were paid by Yogesh. Since it is given realization expense, it should be taken as realization expense of firm. It should be treated as realization expense of firm, and it is paid by partner. Firm or expense paid by partner. So realization account should be debited, partner's capital should be credited. Mostly all the entries we discussed already. For practice marida, try this question now. Question number 100, please try now. Quickly complete it and then chat la or message. 6 entries தான், 6 mark. பயங்கரமா டைம் சேவ் பண்ணும் இந்த மாதிரி கொஸ்டின்லாம், கான்ஃபிடன்ஸும் கொடுக்கும். ஒரே மாதிரி கொஸ்டின் தான் கேட்பான் திருப்பி. This time commission should be calculated on sale value. Sale value is 90 lakh. 90 lakh la 10%, 9 lakhs. Appa 90 minus 9, we should pass entry for 81 lakh. Always for calculating commission, sale value is important. Book value என்றது நம்ம புக்ஸ்ல இருக்கிற value, that will be never considered for commission calculation. I have a land. I wanted to sell this land. The broker is selling the land for 1 crore. அப்போ you will be calculating the commission on 1 crore. So these kind of doubts you will be getting in examination hall, whether it should be calculated on 60, 90 அப்படினு. One time you solve this, you solve the model test paper questions, you will get the confidence, easily you can crack the exam. Okay. We'll discuss the answer. Partner taken over stock. Debit the receiver. Partner's capital or capital account debit to realization. Or capital account debit to realization. It is 4 lakh is the amount at a discount of 20%. 4 lakh or 20% 80,000. So you should pass entry for 3 lakhs and 20,000. Next. Yes, partner agreed to take over furniture not recorded in the books at a value of 80,000. So furniture taken over by partner. Partner taken over furniture. What is the entry? Debit the receiver. Yes, capital account debit to furniture அதான் entry. ஆனால் furniture is replaced by realization. அப்போ entry is yes, capital account debit to realization 80,000. Next, land book value 60,000, 60 lakh. It is sold for 90 lakh. Commission is 10%. அப்போ நெட்டா 90 lakh minus 10%. Netta it is 81 lakh. We should pass net entry bank account debit to realization. Bank account debit to realization. Entry to be made for it is 90 minus 9 lakh. It is 81 lakh. Next, customer it is whose amount is 70,000. Customer amount is 70,000 is written off as bad in the previous year. How much is paid now? 60% is paid. So 70,000 into 60%. It is 42,000 is paid. What is the entry? Bank account debit to realization for how much amount? It is 42,000. Bank account debit to realization. It is 42,000. Next, creditors rupees 3 lakhs were settled at a discount of 10%. Creditor is a liability. Liability paid. Up entry creditors account debit to bank. But creditors we transfer to realization. So entry is realization account debit. Realization account debit to bank. Realization account debit to bank for 2,70,000. That is the amount paid. 2,70,000. Next, realization expense 21,000 paid by partner. Realization expense மட்டும் தான் given. It is whose expense அப்படின்னு சொல்லல. realization expense paid by partner. அப்போ entry realization account debit, it is realization account debit to partners capital to vice capital, it is realization expense of firm. Firm ஓட expense firm pay பண்ணா realization to bank. Firm ஓட expense paid by partner, firm ஓட expense paid by partner, அப்போ entry realization account debit to partners capital. So அப்போ entry realization account debit 21,000 to partners capital 21,000, that's all. So century 100 அடிச்சாச்சு. Next 101, question number 101, 3 mark question தான், ரொம்ப ஈஸியான question. Try this question. Question number 101, please try. Question number 101, 101, 3 mark question. Past journal entry for the following. அதான் first இந்த 3 lines ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை, 3 partner ஓட name. Sachin, Virat, Rohit are the partners. Sachin, partner taken over stock, already discussed at a 10% discount, already பார்த்தாச்சு. Virat, partner agreed to take a credit as book value, liability paid by partner, already we discussed journal entry. Rohit, partner take wife loan, outsider loan 3 lakh, already discussed. There is a old typewriter which has been written off completely in the books, whether it is written off or not written off, that is not at all relevant. How much it is realized, we will follow cash system, so we will pass entry only for 10,000. Land and building, book value not considered, sale value considered, and commission is there, brokerage commission 5%, 5% should be calculated on 70 lakh. And also there is a loss on realization, is there. அப்போ we discussed entry in previous class itself, entry for realization loss. Revaluation loss we discussed some journal entry, same entry will come for realization, and they will share the profits and losses equally அப்படின்னு கொடுத்திருக்கு. So quickly pass the entry. Any doubt on a particular transaction? Please send in chat. All the transaction we discussed earlier, only when you write, when you solve it, you will get the confidence. Typewriter entry. There is a typewriter which is written off. Whether it is written off or not, that is not relevant. Even data is written off, not relevant. How much realized, அது மட்டும் தான் பார்க்கணும். So அப்போ entry bank to realization. See, whatever journal they are asking, only you will be using 3 accounts: realization, partners capital, bank. That's all. For closing the books, only 3 ledgers will be used: realization, partners capital, and bank. So we will discuss answer. First one, stock. Partner took over stock. Book value 80,000 at a discount of 10%. Nothing but stock is taken over by partner. Actual entry is debit the receiver. Sachin capital account debit to stock, but stock is already transferred to realization. Up entry will be Sachin capital account debit. Sachin capital account debit to realization. Sachin capital account debit to realization 72,000. That is the agreed value. Next, Virat partner agreed to take over creditors, meaning creditors paid by partner. Creditor is paid. Creditor will have credit balance. When creditor is paid, entry creditor should be debited. And a creditor account is already transferred to realization. Up entry will be realization account debit. It is paid by firm கிடையாது, it is paid by partner. அப்போ realization account should be debited at a agreed value of 65,000. அப்போ entry realization account debit to Virat capital for 65,000. That's all. First 2 transaction over. Now come to next transaction. Rohit took over wife loan of 3 lakh. Rohit is a partner, took over wife loan, outsider loan. அப்போ loan will have credit balance. அப்போ loan is taken over. அப்போ loan should be debited, but loan is already transferred to realization. அப்போ entry realization account debit. Realization account debit 3 lakh. This is taken over by partner. அப்போ credit should be given to partner capital, Rohit capital. அப்போ entry realization account debit to Rohit capital for 3 lakh. First entry over. Also there is a old typewriter which is written off. Written off na books la adoda value 0, fully written off, and it realized 10,000. books la adukku 0 value, ana வித்தது 10,000. கையில எவ்வளவு cash வந்திருக்கு 10,000. When you receive cash, bank account should be debited. So bank account should be debited for 10,000. I told you we will use 3 account. One is bank account, realization, partners capital. When you receive cash, bank account is debited. This is not relating to partner. Up entry will be bank account debit to realization. It is how much amount? 10,000. Bank account debit to realization 10,000. Next, land and building. Land and building book value 50 lakh, sold for 70 lakh. There is a commission of 5%. Commission should be calculated on 70 lakhs. 70 lakhs la 5%, 3 lakhs and 50,000. 70 lakhs into 5%, 3 lakhs and 50,000. அப்போ 70 minus 3 lakh and 50, 70 lakh minus 3.5, 70 minus 3.5 will give you 66.5. அப்போ we get a net amount of how much amount na 66.5. So bank account debit 66.5 lakhs to realization 66.5 lakhs. That's all. There is a loss on realization. Loss should be transferred to partners capital. Entry realization account debit. Realization account debit to partners capital. Who are the partners? Who are the partner? Rohit, அப்புறம் யாரு, சச்சின், விராட், ரோஹிதா. அப்போ என்ட்ரி ரியலைசேஷன் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் சச்சின், சாரி லாஸா, லாஸ்னா பார்ட்னர் கேபிட்டல் ஷுட் பி டெபிட்டட். அப்போ என்ட்ரி பார்ட்னர்ஸ் கேபிட்டல், சச்சின் கேபிட்டல் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட், விராட் கேபிட்டல் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட், ரோஹித் கேபிட்டல் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் டு ரியலைசேஷன். Loss will have debit balance pa. To transfer a loss it should be credited. Debit the receiver, partners capital. அப்போ amount is 30,000. 30,000 in profit sharing ratio which is equally அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க 10,000. In case அந்த word equally கொடுக்காட்டியும் you should share the loss in equal ratio. Whenever there is no profit sharing ratio is given, it should be shared equally. That's all. So that is about this question. Next question number 102. Question number 102. Past journal entry and the first 3 lines அதே தான். So 3 partner. Who are the 3 partner? Preeti, Varsha, Kamala. Preeti, partner took over debtors. Partner taken over asset 90,000 at a discount of 20%. Net amount 72,000. Kamala, partner took over husband loan. அங்க wife loan, இங்க husband loan. அவ்வளவுதான். We have one new transaction. This we will discuss. Apart from this third one, other things you try. Credit are settled at 10%. Land same adjustment. Varsha paid, partner paid dissolution expense on behalf of firm. அப்போ firm oda expense paid by partner. firm oda expense firm oda books la varum. Realization account should be debited. ஆனா not paid by firm, it is paid by partner. அப்போ credit should be given to partners capital. Except the third adjustment, try the remaining things. Third adjustment alone we will discuss at the end. Third adjustment மட்டும் discuss பண்ணுவோம். Remaining things you try. Two minutes time. So we can discuss the answer. First one, Preeti, partner took over debtors. Partner taken over debtors. Debtors oda book value 90,000. Our partner debit the receiver. Preeti capital account debit to realization. Preeti capital account debit to realization. Amount is 72,000. Next, Kamala took over her husband's loan. Kamala taken over loan. Okay, loan, husband oda loan, outsider loan. Loan is a liability. Liability will have credit balance. This loan is taken over. Nothing but loan is taken over by partner. Okay, firm order loan, it is taken over by partner. So what is the loan is taken over by partner? Loan is a liability. Loan is taken over. Upper entry, realization account should be debited to partners capital, to Kamala capital for 4 lakh. Realization account debit to partners capital 4 lakh. Next, there were 100. In the adjustment கொஞ்சம் இதான் first time பார்க்குறோம். Okay, read this adjustment carefully. There were 100 shares of rupees 10 each in Star Limited. There were 100 shares of rupees 10 each in Star Limited. Acquired for 2 lakh. Nothing but ஒரு investment is purchased. We purchased some shares. இப்போ க்ரோன்னு ஒரு ஆப் இருக்கு, ஜெரோதான் ஒரு ஆப் இருக்கு. இதில் நம்ம ஷேர்ஸை we are purchasing. How many shares we are purchasing? 100 shares. What is the face value of the share? 10 each. But when we purchase this 100 share, what is the cost of the share? 2 lakh is the cost. Books, what is the price when we purchase the share? When you purchase the shares from the share market, what is the market value of the shares, which is anniki date la 100 shares ku 2 lakh, which had been written off in the books completely. It means now the stock order value 0. 2 lakh shares also written off. Investment is now the value of the investment is 0. Written off means the amount is debited to P&L. These shares are valued at 2,400 each. It is not valued at 2,400 illa. It is valued at 2,400 each, which is divided among the shareholders in their profit sharing ratio. But question fulla, what ratio is not given? Profit sharing ratio is not given. Since profit sharing ratio is not given, we should take it as equally. Nothing but question la investment is taken over by partner. Investment taken over by what? Partner. இவ்வளவுதான் entry. Investment is a asset taken over by partner. அப்போ what is the entry? Debit the receiver. Who are the partners? Partners oda name Preeti, Varsha, Kamala. அப்போ entry Peace capital account debit, Peace capital account debit, and இன்னொரு partner யாரு? கமலாவா? Varsha. Peace capital account debit, V's capital account debit, P's capital account debit, V's capital account debit, K's capital account debit to realization. To realization. Nothing but some asset is taken over by partner. Asset will have debit balance. It is taken over. It should be credited. And partner's capital should be debited. In what ratio? It is 100 shares totally. 100 shares into 2,400. 100 into 2,400 will give you 2,40,000. This 2,40,000 we should share in profit sharing ratio. It is 80,000, 80,000, 80,000. 1:1:1. That is the ratio we should take. Upper journal entry will be P's capital account debit, V's capital account debit, K's capital account debit to realization. Any doubts in this entry? This entry mark it as important. This is tested many times. So normal students in this entry they will commit a mistake. Okay, so answer is partners capital account debit to realization. Next one, creditors settled at a discount of 10 percentage. Creditor is a liability. Liability is paid at a discount of 10 percentage. Up entry creditors account debit to bank, but creditors transferred to realization. Up entry is realization account debit to bank. Realization account debit to bank 4,50,000. Next, land and building book value 40 lakh, sold for 60 lakh, and there is a commission of 5 percentage. Appa commission should be calculated on 60 lakh. 60 lakh la 5 percentage 3 lakh. Appa net on entry 57 lakh. Bank account debit to realization. Bank account debit to realization 60 minus 3 will give you 57 lakh. The 40 lakh amount should not be considered, that is book value. Book value is not considered. Varsha paid dissolution expense of 45,000 on behalf of the firm. Firm oda behalf la Varsha paid. Appa it is paid by partner. Firm oda expense firm pay panna entry realization account debit to bank. Firm oda expense paid by partner. Appa entry realization account debit. Credit should be given to the partner who paid. Who is the partner paid? Varsha. Up entry realization account debit to Varsha capital, it is 45,000. Realization account debit to Varsha capital, it is 45,000. That's all. I believe you will be getting some confidence now. Okay, because the entries are getting repeated. One in every question, some one or two adjustments will be now, some new adjustments. That's it. Okay, now proceeding further. Next question. Question number 103. Question number 103. Please try this question. This is exactly same like previous question. So who are the partners name? Mohit and Rohit. Mohit and Rohit are the partners. Machinery not recorded. Already discussed. Loan discussed. Partner oda loan. So be careful. Outsider loan na we will pass entry for 13,500. Partner oda loan. Okay. And firm had a investment of 1 lakh, adum patachi, realization patachi, creditors patachi, loss patachi. All the adjustment already discussed. If I complete partnership today, next class I will be starting with company accounts. 5 classes I planned. Sometime it may go to 6 also. Let's see. So we will discuss the answer. First one, machinery raw not recorded. Recorded not recorded will not make any difference. Asset taken over by partner. Expected value should not be considered. Agreed value should be considered. Asset taken over by partner. Debit the receiver. Partner's capital. M's capital account debit to realization. It is 7,000. Next, partner loan. Remember, outsider loan illa. Partner loan. Not transferred to realization. Entry. R loan account debit 15,000 was settled at 13,500. Entry R loan account debit to realization. R loan account debit to realization 15,000. That's all. Everybody listen. இதே questionல instead of Rohit loan, if it is outsider loan இருந்தா we will pass entry as realization account debit to bank. We will settle that. Okay, so settle that at na bank. So settle that in were given. So it is settled at 13,500. To bank it is 13,500. To realization it is 1,500. I will repeat. It is loan of a partner. Partner loan is not transferred to realization. Since it is not transferred to realization, பார்ட்னரோட லோனை நம்ம ரியலைசேஷனுக்கு ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணாதனால ஜேர்னல் என்ட்ரி லோன் அக்கௌண்ட் ஷுட் பி டெபிட்டட். We paid for how much amount na 13,500. So bank should be credited with 13,500. Okay, and the difference between this loan will be transferred to realization account. Difference between this will be transferred to realization. Suppose same question ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்காக சொல்றேன். R loan is settled by taking furniture. R loan is settled by taking furniture 13,500 அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துருந்தாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். R loan is settled by taking furniture 13,500. அப்போ entry R loan account debit to realization. R loan debit 15,000 to realization 15,000 entry pass பண்ணிருவோம். We will not have bank. In place of bank we will have realization. Actually we have given furniture of how much amount? 13,500. Difference is transferred to realization. அப்போ 13,500 plus 1,500 will give you 15,000. அப்போ entry R loan account debit to realization. Okay, if it is settled in cash account, bank account should be credited with 13,500. If it is settled through asset, realization account should be credited. Next, firm had an investment of 1 lakh. Last question la paathen adjustment. And Mohit taken over 50% of the investment at 10% discount. Appa 1 lakh is the asset. Adila 50%, 50,000. Remaining we have 50,000. This 50,000 is taken at a discount of 10%. 50,000 la discount 10%, 5,000. Appa net amount is 45,000. Appa this 45,000 is taken over by Mohit. Appa what is the entry for partner taken over asset? Partner's capital account debit to realization for 45,000. Partner's capital account debit to realization for 45,000. Also, remaining investment is sold for 60,000. What is this? In remaining investment is sold for 60. What is the entry for investment sold? Bank account debit to realization for 60,000. Bank account debit to realization for 60,000. Realization expense 23,000. Simply it is given realization expense, meaning it is realization expense of firm. Appa entry realization account debit to bank, it is 23,000. Realization account debit to bank 23,000. Next, creditors amounting to 45,000 settled at a discount of 2,000. Appa entry same entry realization liability paid. Appa entry creditors account debit to realization realization account debit to bank for how much amount? 43,000. Realization account debit to bank for 43,000. Loss on realization is divided between partners in their profit sharing ratio. But profit sharing ratio, whether it is given in the question whether profit sharing ratio is given? No, not given. Appa it should be shared equally. What is the profit sharing ratio? Appa entry Mohit capital account debit, Rohit capital account debit to realization. It is 12,000 in profit sharing ratio, but profit sharing ratio not given. It should be shared equally. That's all. So next question. Question number 104. Question number 104. First three lines அதே தான். Same two partner Sudha and Shiva. Sudha partner agreed to pay husband loan. Outsider loan is paid at 19. Debtors 9,300 written off as bad debts. How much is paid now? 7,500. We will pass entry for 7,500. Shiva taken over investment. Shiva is the partner. Partner taken over asset. Unrecorded creditors. Recorded, not recorded. Will not make any difference. But it is paid at a discount of 10%. Creditors paid at a discount. That's all. Firm had 300 shares. Already discussed. Realization expense 3,500. Realization expense 3,500 were paid by Sudha. Allowed remuneration is 3,000. Appa we will pass entry only for 3,000. That's all. All the things we discussed earlier. எல்லா அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட்டும் இதுக்கு முன்னாடி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணது தான். ஸோ குயிக்காக ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. ஷார்ட் ஃபார்ம் யூஸ் பண்ணி என்ட்ரி எழுதுங்க. மேபி இன்னும் ஒரு 2 or 3 கொஷின்ஸ் தான் இருக்கு. 4 கொஷின்ஸ் இருக்கு. we will discuss all the question. ஒரு 10 minutes எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஆனால் இன்னைக்கு மட்டும் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. ஏன்னா இன்னையோட டிசொல்யூஷன் முடிஞ்சிடும். ஸோ பார்ட்னர்ஷிப்பும் முடிஞ்சிடும். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸில் we can start with company. கொஞ்சம் ஷார்ட் ஃபார்ம் யூஸ் பண்ணி என்ட்ரி எழுதுங்க. For last entry, realization expense paid by Sudha should not be considered. Realization expense paid by partner should not be considered. Remuneration should be considered. This we already discussed. One more question கூட இதே adjustment பார்த்தோம் இதுக்கு முன்னாடி. In some other question we discussed this particular adjustment. Okay, question number startingல discuss பண்ணோம்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஓகே, அப்போ ஜஸ்ட் செக் பண்ணுங்க எந்த கொஷின் நம்பர் ரெமுனரேஷன் பாருங்க 16,000 ரெமுனரேஷனுக்கு தான் நம்ம என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ணோம். ஓகேவா, ஆக்சுவல் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் பெய்டுக்கு நம்ம என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ணல. அப்போ ரெமுனரேஷனுக்கு மட்டும்தான் என்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ணோம். ஓகே, ஸோ ஆன்சர் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுறேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சுதா அக்ரீட் டு பே ஆஃப் த ஹஸ்பண்ட் லோன். அவுட் சைடரோட லோனை பே பண்ணுறாங்க. சுதா இஸ் த பார்ட்னர். அப்போ லோன் இஸ் பெய்டு. அப்போ என்ட்ரி ரியலைசேஷன் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் டு எஸ் கேபிட்டல் 19,000. செகண்ட் என்ட்ரி பேட் டெப்ஸ் ரிட்டர்ன். ஓகே, பேட் டெப்ஸ் எவ்வளோ இப்போ ரிசீவ்டு 7,500 ரிசீவ்டு. என்ட்ரி பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் டு ரியலைசேஷன் 7,500. Shiva took over investment. Partner taken over investment. அப்போ debit the receiver. Shiva capital account debit to realization. Unrecorded creditors paid by partner. Liability paid by partner. அப்போ entry realization account debit to partner's capital. Who is the partner? It is S capital. How much amount? 18,000 should be taken. இந்த ஷேர் அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட் தேர்ட் சம்மில் பார்க்குறோம். 300 ஷேர்ஸ் வேல்யூ 5. 300 இன்ட்டு 5 15,000. சாரி 1,500. 300 இன்ட்டு 5 1,500. ஃபார் 1,500 என்ட்ரி இன் ப்ராஃபிட் ஷேரிங் ரேஷியோ டு பார்ட்னர். அப்போ இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் டேக்கன் ஓவர் பை பார்ட்னர். பார்ட்னர்ஸ் கேபிட்டல் ஷுட் பி டெபிட். பார்ட்னர்ஸ் கேபிட்டல் investment is a asset taken over. Investment will have debit balance. It is taken over, it should be credited. So realization should be credited. Partners capital should be debited. Who are the partner? Yes. Sudha capital account debit as well as Shiva capital account debit. It is 1,500 in profit sharing ratio. What is the profit sharing ratio? Not given. So equal ratio 750. Realization expense. Remuneration agreed க்கு தான் we should pass entry. Actual payment க்கு we should not pass entry. What is the entry for remuneration agreed? Realization account debit. Realization account debit to partners capital to Sudha capital. For how much amount means 3,000. Realization account debit to partners capital 3,000. Next question. Question number 105. Pass journal entry. Two partners R and S. Old customer 11,000 written off as bad. How much is received na 70%. 11,000 la 70%, 7,700. அப்போ for this entry bank account debit to realization 7,700. Creditors 40,000 were settled at a discount. Creditors paid. Realization account debit to bank. Net amount 32,000 should be taken. Partner taken over investment. Partner taken over investment for at 20 ki we should pass entry. Partner debit the receiver. R capital account debit to realization. P&L showed a debit balance. P&L should be transferred. அப்போ entry partners loan account debit to bank. Yes, loan account debit to bank. Next, machinery of book value rupees 1 lakh was given to a creditor of 85,000. Machinery given to creditor. No entry. So that's all pa. All the things are. All the questions, all the things we discussed earlier. So அதே தான் வந்துச்சு. So question number 105 over. Next question number 106. Two partner A and S. Creditors settled already பார்த்தாச்சு. Unrecorded computer already பார்த்தாச்சு. Creditors agreed to taken over. Okay, இதுவும் பார்த்தாச்சு. There is a debit balance in P&L that should be transferred. Old furniture written off completely, sold for 9,000. Realization expense 11,000 paid by partner. All the things discussed. So this question you try as homework. Question number 106 already இருக்கிற adjustment தான். ஸோ அதனால் இது ஹோம்ஒர்க்காக ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. Question number 107 லாஸ்ட் கொஷின். இன்னும் ஒரு கொஷின் இருக்கா? மோஸ்ட்லி ஏதாவது புது அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட் இருந்தால் we'll discuss. If nothing is new, I will give you as homework. Past journal entries for the following transaction on dissolution of firm T and R. Okay, outstanding repairs, nothing but liability paid, already discussed. Stock taken over, discuss. 50% stock, discuss. Shares adjustment, discuss. Realization expense were paid by partner. Realization account debit to partner's capital to Rinku capital. Tina gives a loan of 40,000 which is duly paid. Partner gives a loan. Partner loan is paid. Tina loan account debit to bank. Outsider loan on the realization to bank. Tina agreed to pay husband loan at a discount, already discussed, nothing new. So either you can try as what na homework. Question number 108. Question number 108. Past journal entry for the following things. On dissolution, two partner A and M. Stock taken over, already discussed. Computer which is written off. It is estimated to realize. It was taken over by partner at estimated price less 10%. இது ஒரு நியூ அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட்டாக இருக்குது. அது ஒன்றும் இல்லை, எஸ்டிமேட்டட் ப்ரைஸ் 4,000, அதில் 10%. அன்ரெக்கார்டட் லைபிலிட்டி வி டிஸ்கஸ்டு. ரியலைசேஷன் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் டிஸ்கஸ்டு. இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் 15,000, 40% ரியலைஸ். லாஸ் ஆன் ரியலைசேஷனுக்கு பதிலாக ப்ராஃபிட் ஆன் ரியலைசேஷன், ஆப்போசிட் என்ட்ரி. தட்ஸ் ஆல். ஸோ இதுவும் யூ கேன் ட்ரை அஸ் ஹோம்ஒர்க். தட்ஸ் ஆல். So with this we have completed what na dissolution of partnership firm we completed. Also we completed partnership related adjustment. So in next class we will be starting with company accounts. Company accounts க்கு இந்த மெட்டீரியலை பிரிண்ட் அவுட் எடுக்க முடிஞ்சா பிரிண்ட் அவுட் எடுத்து வச்சுக்கோங்க. எல்லா டைமும் என்னால் கொஷினை ஸ்க்ரீனில் காமிக்க முடியாது. ஸோ மெட்டீரியல் டெலகிராம் குரூப்பில் அவைலபிளாக இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த டெலகிராம் குரூப் மூலமாக இதை மெட்டீரியலை இது பண்ணிட்டு பிரிண்ட் அவுட் எடுத்து வச்சுக்கிட்டிங்கன்னா நிறைய சம் சால்வ் பண்ணுவோம். அதுலேயும் நிறைய கொஸ்டின், இப்போ எப்படி பார்ட்னர்ஷிப்பில் 108 கொஸ்டின் சால்வ் பண்ணியிருக்கோமோ அதே மாதிரி இல்லை சிமிலர் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வி வில் சால்வ் இன் கம்பெனி அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் ஆல்சோ. சரியா? ஸோ அதான் நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் பார்ப்போம். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் வில் கண்டினியூப்பா. பை பை. எனி அதர் டவுட் யூ ஹாவ் யூ கேன் ஆஸ்க் மீ. வேறு ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்தால் சொல்லுங்கள். அன்மியூட் பண்ணனாலும் சொல்கிறேன். யூ கேன் ஆஸ்க் யுவர் டவுட். No doubts? Okay pa, bye bye. Next class papa. Recording stopped.